Hi, everybody. I just wanted to come in and help with this question real quick. When preparing for Naplex and when actually doing your Naplex, time is of essence. Knowing the concept at the back of your mind, at the forefront of your fingertips, is going to be super helpful for you. For example, in this question of calculating or trying to figure out what type of acid-base disorder is happening in this question, you need to know a few things. And there are steps on how you can work on this question quicker than you can think of. So, in this question, there are a few things we actually need to know. First of all, this is actually a straightforward question, but in the exam, sometimes you may not be given such a straightforward question. So, you'll be required to know you may just be given some values in the labs, and then you're required to figure out which one is going to fall under the pH or the PCO2, the oxygen, but we don't use the oxygen, the hydrogen bicarbonate, and oxygen saturation. So you'll find that we only utilized just two of them, at three. So this one right here, the pH, PCO2, and hydrogen bicarbonate are going to be our main focus when calculating or when trying to figure out acid-base arterial blood gases. And then the next thing you need to know is you need to understand, memorize the reference ranges. So here are the reference ranges. And from there, the next thing also that you need to understand is understanding that what the abnormal values are when it comes to acid-base and arterial blood gases. So these are the things you actually need to know to be able to answer this question appropriately. So the first thing I'd recommend that you do is to, if you either memorize this or create a number line. And then just know that there is 7.35 and there is 7.45. Anything towards this end is alkaline. Anything towards the left is an acid. The next thing then is to write down what the value, interpret the pH. Actually, this is what we were doing here. So interpret. The pH. So in this case, our pH is 7.16, and that means that it's below the 7.35, right? So this means that it's acidic. Okay, so in fact, let me just write it down all together. Acidosis, and anything greater is 7.45 is alkalosis. And then the second step is to figure out what are the abnormal values. And in this case, the abnormal values are the PCO2, which has a reference of 35 to 45 is at 60, which means it's super high. And then in this case, we have the pH is high. And when we come to the HCO3, it's between 22 to 26. What I usually do is that or that. So which means that it's on the high, it's also on the higher side. Now, the third step is to identify which one matches the pH. Okay, so in this case, when it's a PCO2, that means this is acidosis. When it's increased HCO3, that is alkalosis. So this one here matches this one here, which is our value. Meaning that in this case, then it's a respiratory acidosis. Therefore, okay, so first you need to interpret the pH, which we found it's acidic, which is acidosis. And then once the abnormal value, it is the PCO2 is abnormal, the hydrogen bicarbonate is abnormal, but then which one of the two matches the pH? In this case, we have acidosis and acidosis for step 2 and for step 1, meaning it's a respiratory acidosis, and vice versa when it comes to metabolic alkalosis. So